budget, there's been a lot of talk today, and I know you launched your strategy for child poverty and wellbeing earlier this week, but there's been a lot of talk today about extending free secondary school books to secondary schools, and it was done in primary school, this kicking in from this September. Is that something that you will be giving thought to from the budget?
Look, it's definitely something we'd like to do. I can't say that's going to be in the budget at this stage. A big part of our agenda is to reduce the cost of healthcare, childcare and education for families. And I think we've, delivered a lot in that regard. If you think about it, by the end of the year, no child under 8 will have to pay to see the doctor. And most people in the country for the first time won't have to pay to see their doctor, and that's a big change. Cost of medicines has gone down, hospital charges abolished. Childcare costs have been reduced this year. We want to reduce them again in the budget. When it comes to schools, what we're bringing in is the free school books and hot school meals. And we want to be able to extend that, a situation whereby we have free school books for secondary school and we've every primary school getting hot school meals. But we want to make sure that we have the capacity to actually do that. It's not always just about money. It's about having the systems in place and the people in place. And it's a big step to bring in free school books for primary school. Can we move it to secondary schools in just 1 year? I don't know, but I think that would certainly be a medium-term objective.
You mentioned having a lot of money, or you mentioned problems just not being just money. We have an awful lot of money. Are we going to have a big giveaway budget this year? Is that the plan?
I wouldn't call it a giveaway budget. I think it'll be a good budget. There'll be a tax package so that people get to keep more of the money they earn. And I think that's really important because you want to reward work and allow more people to keep more of the money they earn. There'll be a welfare package, increasing payments for pensioners, carers, disabled people, lone parents and others. And then there'll be investment in public infrastructure and public services, particularly trying to bring down those costs in place. Is not to us, and it's very tempting to do that. If you're a politician, ultimately you want to get re-elected, you want to be popular, but we're going to think not a popular thing. We're going to, instead of spending that, we're going to use it to pay down the debt, and we're going to use it to set aside for future infrastructure needs and future pension costs, because I never want any government to have to face the kind of decisions that I would have had to face in 2011 when I first got into government, where the country was broke, the IMF and the Troika were in town, and we spent the first 3 or 4 budgets working out what we were going to cut. And I want to make sure that the next government, or the one after, even if it isn't the Fine Gael government, is never facing those kind of decisions again. Well, of course, it was never mine. It was sort of a lesson in politics. Float an idea or ask it to be considered, and all of a sudden it's your big idea. It's an option that I asked to be considered. But I think what's more likely to be in the budget is what we've been doing in the last couple of budgets, which is to increase the point at which people pay the high rate income tax. That won't be the only thing we do, because a lot of people don't earn enough to pay the high rate income tax. So we'll need to do something to help them out as well, either through tax credits or the USC. But the basic principle is that any worker who pays income tax will see some income tax relief in the budget, so they can get to keep more of what they earn.